I don't care who you are. If you have an Instagram and you try to make money online, if you're in sales or not, you have probably heard of Alex Ramosi, Iman Gadzi. These are all people that we all know, notable. If you don't know their names, you probably know their faces. And this video is how to work for guys just like that. Right, luckily for myself, I've worked with both Iman Gadzi and Alex Ramosi, so this is the process that anyone at any level in sales can, or I mean even other avenues, of course, but mostly sales, will and can use to get opportunities to work with guys like Iman and Alex. Let's turn over to the computer, and I'll walk you through how. Okay, let me make this very clear as of now. This is a method that I did create myself. This is something that I have seen work for many and many students here at Educate, outside of Educate, people I know personally, even myself. This is how I was able to get in contact with guys like Alex Ramosi. And so I can tell you this method does work. I have updated it as the year's gone on. And below here, you could even see there's a 2024 method that we'll go over towards the end of it. This will be dropped below in the description if you need it, if you want to use it. But let's break it down and jump right into it. So just to preface, guys, I think this is one of the biggest things that people don't realize when doing some outreach. If you look like maybe you would not be a good fit to work at that company. So for example, if you're wearing a bunch of, I don't know, this is an exaggeration, but like dresses, and you're wearing all this pink stuff, and you're friggin' looking to work for like a very hard masculinity offer, no matter how good he is at sales, we are not taking him. And then even in this case, if we're going to work for someone like Gym Launch, for example, which is fitness, all this stuff, and you know, maybe the gym is on the bottom of your priority list. Full transparency, do not think that you can get that position. Don't even try to apply. It will not make any sense, right? So when I say make sure you look presentable and hireable, you have to understand who you want to work for first and what they look like as employees, as a part of the team. You want to make sure like you're a good fit. Mold your Instagram to look like, okay, cool, I do sales. If you could have one highlight or one video on your Instagram showcasing sales, something, maybe on a call, a video, a reel, whatever it is, I would recommend that, okay? That is number one. Number two, when I say the secret sauce, okay, this is the process before you even send a message. Obviously, this is when you find someone already, so I will go over on Instagram how you could kind of do this and what the best method would look like. As I was recording the document, I really thought that some people are more visual learners throughout doing that, and I was like, you know what, let me just stop right here. I'm going to hijack the video for 1 second just to kind of show you the process behind how I would do this. Let's say if you already know some of the influencers that you want to work with, totally fine. Disregard this. You can skip to the part where, you know, past this, whatever this is going to take, 2-3 minutes, whatever it is. Now, let's say that you do not know who you want to work for, and you're either brand new to this or you just don't know influencers in the space. You just know kind of like the big guys. I'll tell you exactly the best way to kind of go about finding other opportunities. And so just get one person you respect. And I'm just going to choose the easy one and pick Alex, right? So go to Alex Ramosi, see him right here. Pull up his page, and this is, again, going to take maybe 3 to 5 minutes to do. But obviously, if you'd work for Alex Ramosi, you'd probably work for people that he is following himself, okay? And all you simply have to do is go to his following list, work your way down, and be smart, obviously, guys. Like, don't click on someone like this and be like, oh, let me go ahead and sell for Squat University. That just doesn't make any sense, right? So that's what you do not do. But let's say you go down and you're like, okay, well, let me see. So I would totally recommend doing this on your phone, right? It's just going to be a lot simpler. But you work your way down and you find someone like, let's say, Daniel G. I know Daniel lives over in Miami. Perfect example, right? It labeled #1 sales trainer of 2022. Believe it or not, #1 in 2024 is actually myself. And so founder of world-class sales agency, all this stuff. You can see that this person has an offer, has an opportunity. Obviously, he has content where he is promoting and offering some type of sales coaching, right? So this is someone, if you'd want to work for, I mean, you could do a little bit of research on his page, see if it's someone that resonates with you, someone maybe who doesn't. And at that point, you'd shoot him the DM, right? You would then go ahead and go in the process. Again, like the 3 videos, like the 3 posts, whatever it may be, like, right? Then you're going to come here, comment, be like, love suspenders. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say something like that. But I watch the video, right? See what he's talking about, and then just be like, damn, that's a great point. And then, tag him, of course. Daniel G. You would do that 3 times, right? Do it 3 times. After that, then you would jump into the message, right? You send him the message, say whatever it is. Obviously, depending on which level you're at, you pick whichever message would resonate with you best. And then I promise you, you do that 5, 10, 15 times a day. By Friday, you will have an interview. By the following week, you should be on an opportunity. So let's go back to the document. But essentially, you would find an influencer, which again, we will go over this. You would shoot them a follow. You would like 3 of their posts, comment 3 times, and then shoot them a DM. But now, obviously, on the comment, make sure you tag them. This will then put you at the top, right? They're going to see you no matter what. Even if they have 100,000, 200,000, they're going to see you at least once. Again, some of these guys have assistants, VAs, some appointment setters inside of their DMs, of course. So obviously not every single time is this going to be 100% with every single influencer, sure. But this will then increase the percentage rate or the likelihood of them being able to see you, right? It does work very, very well. Even if you're doing outreach for an agency or something like that, this works very, very well too, just to grab attention. And so when you comment, obviously, again, don't kind of be a rocket scientist. Jesus Christ, can't even speak. Don't be a rocket scientist here. Go ahead and just kind of curate it based around kind of what they're offering, what they're doing. You could even say, it's like, hey, I have something to offer you. Just check your DM whenever you can. Or like, hey, wanted to chat really quick about blah, 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 blah. Like, get creative, right? I'm not going to just babysit you here and kind of just tell you every single thing to do. But at the end of the day, if you can just make it curated around whatever they're posting or, how it resonated with you, whatever it may be, right? Don't be unauthentic, but just make sure you can grab their attention, right? And then so after that, depending on the level of what you're at, which again, this can work for anybody at any level. Again, I will preface this, guys. You don't have to go ahead and say exactly what I said. You can make it your own, right? I would say keep this as a general framework for what you want to say and what you want to do. If you want to say exactly how I said it, then totally fine. You will get responses. But if you want to make it a little bit more of who you are and what you want to say and add these, like, again, don't add anything like, oh, I appreciate every single thing you do. I love everything about, gym launch and what you guys stand for. Acquisition.com is a beautiful, all this, that's just, nobody cares. No one's going to look at that and be like, oh man, yeah, let me hire this guy. It's just over the top. Don't do it. It's not necessary. So, hey, Alex, not here to waste your time. Just curious, do you need a closer, SDR setter, obviously depending on what you're doing. Again, if you have no experience, don't expect to be a closer. So I would aim for SDR setter, which is pretty much the same thing. But hey, hey, Alex, not here to waste your time. Just curious, do you need a setter, right? No one's going to get upset at that. No one's going to feel like you're wasting their time. It's straight to the point, right to what they want. If they open the message, they will see it. They will open it. They will actually give you a time of day to be like, okay, cool, yeah, I do need a setter, or I don't. Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it concise. They will appreciate it. You don't waste their time. You don't waste your time. You can do this at a mass scale. You will get an opportunity. Send 100 messages. I promise you will get a response. Intermediate. This is somebody who has some experience, been on 1 or 2 offers. Again, very simple approach. Hey, Alex, I've worked with whatever company you worked in the past. Again, intermediate, I would consider you at least intermediate if you've worked with 1 or 2 companies. So, hey, worked with a local agency in my hometown. Any space to hop on your team, right? You can say it as SDR, as a setter, as a cold caller, whatever it is, any space to hop on your team, right? Again, straight to the point, right? Obviously, if you don't know your cash collected, don't say your cash collected. Again, if you know your cash collected, which if you're advanced and you've done some sales, you've done some closes, and at least if you, again, even intermediate, you probably have some cash collected. You probably know, hey, I set to close, 100K in the last 3 months, any space to hop on your team. No one's going to be upset at that. No one's going to dislike that. They will appreciate it. I'm telling you, short, sweet, concise, straight to the point, honest. They'll be honest back to you. That's it, right? Now, advanced, okay? Hey, Brian, worked with Gym Launch, closed over $4 million in cash collected. How can I get an opportunity to join your team? Now, at that level, you have respect. You have authority, right? You have the experience. You become an asset. You're not a commodity. Results don't lie. When you're on a closing call and you can't close, when someone says I need to think about it, when someone says I need to talk to my wife, when somebody says, man, look, I'm not going to have the funds, or I need to talk to my dog, sister's uncle's brother about this because I don't think I trust you, what do? You're not going to know what to do, right? And so at that point, you can't fake your way through there. But if you've done $4 million in cash collected, that is proof. You've done it. You've earned your stripes. There's nothing else to question. So keep it simple. Hey, Alex, worked with XYZ company, closed $4 million in cash collected. How can I get an opportunity to join your team? I promise you, you will be surprised how many responses you will get as long as you've done it before. They'll probably ask you to send some sales calls. Let's hop on a call. I'm telling you, people need closers, good closers. If you have the experience, you're an asset. So this next method, it's a little unique. I called it the 2024 Strat. You can probably see it already. Let me explain. The only reason why I even know about this, I kind of made my own little spin on it. One of my good buddies, he runs, I think he's doing like $300K a month with his agency right now. He got a cold DM from someone, and it looked just like this. And I'll explain kind of the method behind the madness. I know people used to send looms and stuff like this. This is more of like a quality over quantity approach. And if you do it right, you're going to win. Okay? People always talk about work ethic and dedication and I'm different than this person and that person and why I stand out and why this and why that. But if you can showcase it without saying it, that says a lot more, right? And so essentially what he did was he put my buddy's face. This is not my buddy, of course. This is just a random thing I got off of freaking Canva. But he put, his name. And this is just it's something I created myself. I would make this look a little bit better. This looks like ass. But I would put like, Alex Shimozi, your face after I close, after you hear I close 10 million in sales. Whatever you want to put. Like, Alex Shimozi, I've closed 10 million in sales, your face when you hire me, or your face when I close my deals on acquisition.com, right? Get creative. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to write here, but this works so well. I'm telling you, like, my buddy's not even active on social media. He barely cares about social media. Is the biggest skeptic when it comes to, like, cold DMs and anything, but he opened that DM so fast. I was literally with him when he got it, and so I was like, damn, that's smart. And so if you get creative here, I mean, again, if you're not a graphic designer, I'm not either, but it'd be pretty simple to get a little photo of, whatever influencer you want to work with, right? Put how much you've done in cash collected. And again, this is probably for like some of the more advanced guys. I mean, even if you're a beginner, I mean, you could do this with like a lower level code, especially like think about it. Like, you have a guy who has 20, 30,000 followers. You put their face on a little thumbnail and say like your face when I join your team and, close X amount of deals. First off, they're going to appreciate that you put in that much of effort and time into just a consideration in a message. They're like, damn, okay, cool. And so instead of sending 100, 200 messages to then get one opportunity, you could send 15, 20, and then get an opportunity because you're trying that much harder. You're going to stand out that much more. You're different. You're unique. You don't smell like every other salesperson. You will win if you try a little bit harder. And so this is something that I promise you going into 2024, no one is doing, and it will work. I can guarantee that. If you send 100 messages this way and you do not get a response, if you not get even a consideration, I will personally send you $100. And I mean that. So trust me on this, guys. A very, very unique method. I would start off with the same way. Shoot this message, shoot the preface, whatever, right? And then shoot the little thumbnail with their name. Again, it's probably going to take you about 3 to 5 minutes per person. But let's say that you do 20 a day. I mean, tops. It'll take you a little more than an hour. It's really not that bad. So, best of luck with that, guys. If you have any more questions, again, the document will be listed below. If you need anything else from me, you know where to find me. Talk to you soon.